What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Johnny Trendz here, and I'm here with my boy Timmy.
Yep.
Head of the coaching consultants.
Yeah, coach.
It's my first podcast, so we're just gonna get this started for you guys here.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, thank you for having me, man. Like, it's truly an honor to not only have you here in Miami, one of the greatest cities in the world. So many wealthy entrepreneurs and influencers here. But, man, thank you for having me, bro.
Man,
especially on your first one.
I appreciate you, man. You really been rocking it on the social media platform, man, to be honest with you. Just been killing it. Everyone that you work with,
Thank you.
It just seems like a movie production, so I had to.
Hey, and like I can say for you, you've literally been a dominant force in the credit space. A lot of people don't even understand how important it is to have credit. I know you're helping me with mine too, so thank you for already what you've done. But let's actually just start off by talking to the people about who you are, where you're from, and what it is that you actually do.
So, my name is actually Jonathan King.
Yeah, coach.
Also known as Johnny Trendz on Instagram. I basically own a financial literacy platform, and I'm a co-founder of a business funding firm.
Okay.
So the financial literacy community, everyone these days is charging for credit repair. I don't feel like I should be charging the amount that everyone else is charging, as far as $1,500, $3,000. I've seen some pretty outrageous numbers, to be honest with you.
I guess, yeah, it could be reasonable, but why is that? Why do you think that's outrageous?
The reason why I do feel that way is because it's only because of my personal experience. It may not be an outrageous number, but for anyone that's coming up or coming from a 9-to-5 or the struggle, I don't feel like it's fair to them to tell them $5,000 to fix your credit, knowing damn well you probably don't even make that in a month. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
No, so, I feel you.
In my financial literacy program, I basically offer them free credit repair just for being a member of the community.
Wow.
So while you're a member, you actually learn how to build your credit and leverage it to be able to get funding, to be able to get approvals with no docs.
Wow.
Basically apartments, cars, that's the regular stuff. I don't advise anyone that joins my program to fix your credit just to go get a car, fix your credit just to go get a house. I advise them to fix your credit, build it, and then invest. Use the money to invest so you can make more money, so that way when somebody tells you it's $5,000 to fix your credit again, you'll be able to afford it.
Yeah, and it's nothing. Wow, that's so important, dang. So why do you think that credit is actually still valuable in today's age? What makes it valuable?
The way the world has been shifting these days, to be honest, you can't do anything without credit. Yeah. A lot of things used to be, I want to say, relaxed. The bank used to be relaxed. The apartment buildings used to be relaxed. The dealerships used to be relaxed. But these days, they're not giving out money as simple as before. You need to be able to prove to them that you can handle it, because a lot of these places are losing a lot of money for people not paying them back. I don't know if you noticed, or so basically it was some news that Klarna actually, I think, lost probably like $5 million or something like that off of people financing with them and never paying the money back.
What?
Yes. So when that actually happens, what do you think happens? It's going to be a lot harder to start getting the financing from them. Yeah. Because they're not seeing their money back. It's business is return on investment. Yeah. If they're not seeing the return, they're no longer going to provide the service anymore. Yeah.
Dang, that's so real, brother. It's
crazy.
So, what is it? What things do you offer that make it like yourself basically like affordable?
So, $97 should be nothing for anyone, to be honest.
Okay.
That's probably about a quarter of your 1 week paycheck.
Yeah, that's literally that's smooth, very smooth.
Now there's other stuff inside my community where you can get involved in, as far as the Forex community and stuff like that. We actually offer financing on those type of things.
Okay.
So if you're looking for funding and you want to pay the upfront fee, you don't necessarily have to come out of pocket. I already fixed your credit. All you have to do is just finance it. That's it. And then obviously after you get the funding, you can pay the financing back and then use the remaining for investments. You get what I'm saying? Not only that, we actually offer a revenue-based funding service. So we deal with a lot of 6 to 7-figure business owners that don't have great credit, challenged credit, but their revenue is outrageous. You're looking at probably $250 a month, $150 a month. Some people are doing $1 million a month. But their credit is shot.
Yeah.
So what we actually do is we actually introduce them to a couple of lenders that we know if we can't handle the loan itself, because we actually loan out a lot of our own money.
Okay.
So it's called syndication. So we actually syndicate a lot of our own money to be able to loan out money and be able to gain interest on the money at a lower term than what the other lenders would do. So a lot of lenders, obviously, they're giving you a lot of money with challenge credit. You're going to look at a high interest rate, but what we actually do is get them that loan, have them use that money to fix their credit, get them the no-doc funding at 0%, pay back that loan, and then now they have extra money at 0%.
Wow, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy, because even now I have like a little deal with Stripe.
Nice. If
y'all don't know what Stripe is a popular payment processor I use. But also shout out to Fan Bases. That's my stuff. They actually here, their headquarters is out here.
Really? I didn't know that.
We got to go to them after this. But Stripe actually has done a lot of different deals with me where for like, it might be high interest, but like 14% interest, they've allowed me to get money from them. And then the actual money that I get from people paying me on Stripe, like I have a lot of clients that are just on a recurring payment through Stripe, and it just takes out that 14% from the money that they pay me to automatically without me having to even pay it back. But they'll give me, the first time I think they gave me 14,000, then they gave me 28,000.
Oh, they're giving away money.
48,000. So a lot of people don't even understand what funding is. What is funding actually? What is that?
So there's different types of funding. You have revenue-based funding, which is basically doc funding. You have no doc funding, which is basically credit stacking. You're getting credit cards that are 0%.
Wow.
0% APR. And then they have cash advance. There's multiple different categories of funding. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of people these days get so caught up on the interest rate. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, 0% is great.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? 0% is amazing. But if your business is not successful enough to where you know that every time you market something, you're 4Xing whatever your investment is, 14% should be nothing. 25% should be nothing. 30% should be nothing.
Come on.
Because you know by the end of the month, I'm 4Xing whatever you just gave me.
Literally. And that's, I like to call that compound interest. But literally that's just you actually being able to invest and literally get the profits back from that. And that's something that you teach and walk people through, right?
In the
how to 4X their bread.
Yes, sir.
Literally, not 4X, but 4X.
Yep. And we're actually working on a marketing program to actually help anyone that's running a business now, whether you're on social media or not, to be able to learn how to market on social media. Because a lot of people are not, I want to say, moving with the flow of the day and age. And what I mean by that is, you were telling me something earlier that you always follow the flow of social media.
Exactly.
So you have to be able to stay in the trends. If you're running a brick and mortar business and
Trendz
and you're not marketing on social media, you're leaving a whole bunch of money on the table.
Marketing is money.
Yes, sir.
Literally.
A lot of these brick and mortar places, they're making 25 to 45 a month. People feel like that's realistic, but when we come on here and we talk more about 75,000 a month, 125,000 a month, people are like, that's not real, it's a scam, that. It's not. We just know the power of leveraging social media to be able to reach the masses rather than just locally.
I was actually, like we were saying earlier, I mean, even me being, a serial entrepreneur, an amazing marketer, understanding content, equating to currency, I actually realized early on that I had to adjust with how social media was moving. Just for instance, when Instagram first allowed videos, I was in college and I was shooting pictures.
Wow.
And I looked at my phone and Instagram had literally just released the 15-second videos that you could literally make.
I remember those, yeah.
I literally stopped taking pictures immediately and just started recording videos immediately.
So you were one of the first, basically.
I was literally one of the first. And then when they kind of upgraded and started allowing you to upload videos, I started getting quality content, uploading those videos. And then when they switched to now allowing you to open and upload a minute video, that's when everything transformed, because that's when I could have the power and the ability to go to an event or to go to a small business and say, hey, if you don't know how to market on Instagram and utilize the 1 minute video that Instagram was allowing you to, no one's going to be able to see your business or your brand, and you are losing out on possible more incoming customers and clients that you could be getting just from being able to post a good video. 100%. And so let me come in and make a good video for you. But then also what I'm going to do is I have this amount of following. Back then I created a popular outlet called the AUC Cam, which was a social media outlet for my college, Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark.
You know what's crazy? I actually think I remember seeing that on social media. It's
I bet you
crazy,
do.
Bro.
We had a lot of followers.
That's
we
wild.
Had early.
That's wild, bro.
Early. But we would go to small businesses around Atlanta, around the Atlanta University Center, and I would come with my camera and create high quality videos for them. And I would actually just post a video on my own page. They wouldn't even have an outlet. They wouldn't even have a social media page. But I would just post it. I'd be like, yo, if y'all want to know about the hottest pizzeria spot to go to in the AUC, y'all need to come here. And it would be like a conglomeration of B-roll footage, you know, that we would have girls that would come getting the content, eating the pizza, and
it's
all
wild.
of a sudden,
did you realize at that time you're pretty much doing
marketing
for them?
You know, I didn't really realize it, because then I was, being a college student, I was desperate and I wanted to just be able to eat for free, or I wanted to be able to get like a free meal. But
just to practice.
Yeah, in turn, you know, a few weeks later, I would show up and the guy would be like, yo, clear space, you know, man, I owe you money. I got $500 just for,
amazing,
you know, being able to, you know, get this business up and coming and going. And so I understood that going with the wave of social media not only helped me to be able to get more revenue, get free food, get more funds, but then I was like, okay, wow, this is a tool that I need to utilize, understand, and leverage to be able to actually make more business and more income. And so even nowadays, with social media and technology being as advanced as it is, AI being where it is today, it's like, yo, if you are able to understand marketing, leveraging AI and content, you have the opportunity to really make millions. Yep. And so like for you, do you use AI?
I use AI for scripts.
Okay.
And the reason why I use it for scripts is because of, I'm not a big talker.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a big talker. I came from nothing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I came from pretty much the hood.
Break that down for us. Like, what was your background like too?
Moving house to house. My grandparents took care of me. They did as much as they could. It obviously, for a kid at my age, I didn't feel like it was enough. So I was the kid that was super smart. I'll come to classes just to do the tests. My teachers would tell my parents all the time, he's passing all the tests, but he's not doing his homework.
Yeah.
And the reason is because, you know, I just needed more money, bro.
Yeah.
I just felt like me spending all that time in school and then to come home and spend more time on school was just not it.
Yeah.
I wanted to come home and find a way to make more money. So I was outside making money, whatever that is, you know. We don't want to speak too much on that, but I was outside making money. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't feel like, I just pretty much came from nothing. So my vocabulary, I want to say, is not as high as it should be. I'm working on going to classes to be able to do that. I dropped out in 12th grade. So I didn't go to college.
Sounds good to me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, college to me now is definitely a scam, but back then I was looking at it like, yo, bro, my life is pretty much finished. I have to find a way to make money outside of doing a profession, which kind of motivated me to start doing something like this. All the jobs that I ever got, I couldn't get a good hourly job because I didn't have a degree. So I was working commission jobs. I was working at dealerships. I was working at, let's say, delivery boy. I was doing everything that traded my time to make more money. So I pretty much came from nothing. So my vocabulary is not up there. So I definitely use AI to script everything. You get what I'm saying? I will tell ChatGPT, this is the message that I'm trying to get across. This is how I would say it. Can you clean it up a little bit? A lot of people don't understand. You can leverage ChatGPT. That's literally, bro, ChatGPT is the beginning of something so much bigger than what people are ready for. To be honest.
I agree. I use it often myself too. And just like you said, like we went to college, and even the things that we were learning in college, I went to college and I actually didn't finish. I went almost all 4 years, and I realized early on that it was very much so a huge scam. Like college is probably the biggest scam. You know, before I got on my scholarship, we were spending so much money. I think it was $48,000 we paid just for that first year of my schooling.
That's ridiculous.
And it's ridiculous.
And no return on it.
No return. And you know, a lot of people now don't understand that not only are you gonna go to college not to learn anything, you're gonna go and waste time, but then with all this technology and all this, you know, AI out now, is college even really necessary? Plus, if there's something that you actually want to learn, you can actually go directly to the source. And, you know, one of my guys does YouTube automation. He teaches people how to do YouTube automation, and he charges literally a fourth of what college would charge for something that they can't even teach on that same level.
Immediate return.
Immediate return. You know, money back guarantees included. So, you know, I definitely understand that, yeah, college is probably still the biggest scam in the United States history. Sometimes aside from maybe certain type of insurances.
Yeah.
But if people don't get now that they need to get away from what modern day society is trying to get you to do and follow now the new trends that are happening online, they're literally going to be left behind.
Well, they're actually catching up. I wanted to share this with you as well. They're actually catching up. So my little sister just she's in college now. She's actually going to become a doctor, and that's what I feel like. I feel like you can't get a mentor to be a doctor or be a lawyer or something like that, you know? So those are the type of things you need college for. But the crazy thing, what they did was a little bit different. So, you know all these masterminds that's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're doing something similar now. So instead of her just going to college at, let's say in Texas or whatever college she's going to, right?
Yeah.
They're sending them to London. They sent her to London with her school, basically.
Traveled.
Yeah, and I asked her, I said, so did you learn anything from, did the people have the accents and stuff like that? She said, no. My teachers from the college came with us, and they were just teaching us on the campuses out there. What? And I'm like, wow. So, and the amount that we spent was a lot more than what you would pay for a semester of college, because we thought she was getting some type of European, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge.
Golly.
Getting American knowledge in
a different country.
Europe.
Golly.
Which I consider a mastermind.
That's a mastermind.
That's what it is.
That's literally a mastermind. No, that's literally a mastermind.
They're catching on.
What?
It's crazy, brother.
They're catching on.
They're catching on, brother.
Yo, what?
And bro, we paid a lot, bro. Like it's crazy. So when she told me that, I kind of laughed, and I'm like, wow. People would consider what we do as scams, but here's this school making you sign the contract,
doing even crazier things
for you.
Same thing, even crazier.
And then reporting on your credit report.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's sad. That's sad.
It's crazy.
So you grew up in New York, still there now. Do you have like a significant other, girlfriend, wife?
So I don't. Right now, I'm definitely focused on getting to the next level, which I feel like a lot of men should do.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do say that is because you won't have to get with somebody that you need.
Yeah.
You would get with somebody that you want to be with.
Yeah.
Whether it's how you feel about them, whether it's the personality that attracts you.
Yeah.
It's not somebody that you need to be able to live. A lot is going on in New York.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak too much on people's personal experiences and stuff like that, but a lot of people are staying in relationships to be able to afford rent.
Yeah.
These people are making $3,000-$4,000 a month, and the rent is $5,000-$6,000.
Whew.
How can you afford that by yourself?
You can't afford it.
So it's
That's crazy.
It's not really their fault, to be honest, bro. It's not really their fault, but I feel like people need to make a lot of better decision making, because you have people that are having babies with people that they don't even really like the person. Yeah. And after they have the kid, a lot of people don't understand there's a lot of hormonal things that go on with women. There's a lot of mental things that go on with men after that, which causes them to then break up. Now you're dealing with a kid that is in a one-parent household. You get what I'm saying? Which is not really fair.
Yeah.
But I can't say it's something that's too bad, because that's what made me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a real father in my life. I had my grandfather, you get what I'm saying? But there's only but so much he could teach you at his age. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of things I learned based off of experience, and to not make the same mistake again.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. So you think someone that doesn't have enough money or anything, or they don't have their life like kind of in order, is it bad for them to be in a relationship? Like, let's say even for a guy's point of view, should a guy be looking for girls if he's not making like money?
Hell no.
Oh shit.
Hell no.
Why is that?
You're broken horny, bro.
Broken horny, damn.
You're broken horny. After you relieve yourself.
Yeah.
Where are you taking her, bro?
Yeah.
There's only but so much females that's just gonna let you hit it and chill around the living room.
How much money do you think a person has to have for them to be able to date?
Saved or making?
Let's say making, and then let's say saved.
Okay,
That's
you should
two
be
different
making
scenarios.
minimum. You should be making whatever your expenses are.
Okay.
So 10 to 15K a month.
Okay.
Saved, you should have at least 6 months of your expenses saved before you decide to get into a relationship.
And how much would that be, you think?
For me, I probably spend about 20,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I would have to have probably 120,000 saved before I decide to really get in a relationship. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
But I do feel like even when I touch 120, I probably won't be too pressed to get in a relationship.
Still locked in.
Yeah, it's that, and I need somebody to be building the empire with me. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like a relationship is a 50-50 thing. I don't feel like maybe you guys have to be splitting the rent. I feel like it's a situation thing. So it's, if you're doing bad this month, your wife should be off the top of her head. It shouldn't be even asked. Yo, babe, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cover it this month.
And what is 50-50 to you? What is, how do you define 50-50?
Emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah.
If we're in a relationship together, I don't think if you're making 15K a month and I'm making 15K a month, why am I the only one paying things by myself and you're just pocketing your money to go buy clothes and buy designer? You're coming in with Celine every day and you know that I'm putting all of my money towards the rent and your expenses as well.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should be building together. It's an empire is a kingdom. I mean, a relationship is a kingdom.
Yeah.
You should be, if you're handling all the expenses, your wife should be handling everything else, from your schedule, from speaking to people personally, and making sure everything is operating correctly. You get what I'm saying? That's if she's not running her own thing. You get what I'm saying? So that's what 50-50 is. A lot of people are so caught up in money.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, when you actually start touching money, you realize that money is not everything.
Nah.
The money does make you happy, but it's not everything. You start thinking more deep into things. You start thinking about the actual relationships that you have with people. You're like, okay, how does this person benefit me?
Money's like the start.
Yeah, it's like,
the start.
I can take care of myself now.
Yeah.
You know, how can I help to take care of everybody else? You know, so let me see if it's even worth that, if my relationships are good enough to want to help you out and take care of you.
I agree. I actually agree on that. It's crazy because, you know, we're here in Miami right now. And I'm not sure if you've seen lately, but if you walk around and see some of the women, they're literally feeling like they have so much more value off of the way they look. How do you feel about that?
Your looks can only get you but so far. I've dated a bunch of beautiful women. Yeah. And when they start talking, it's like, bro, what are we really talking about?
What are we really talking
You're
about?
talking about so-and-so having a baby. You're talking about so-and-so drama, this, that. I don't want to hear that. I don't care about so-and-so. They don't pay my bills.
Yeah.
I could care less about what your friends are going through. You get what I'm saying? I feel like if you're dating somebody, you should be invested totally in what's going on in your life today, tomorrow, and the day before.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shouldn't be about anybody else.
I agree.
Yeah, we could talk about friends if Mike just invited me to his engagement or his wedding, or yo, Mike just did this, motivational stuff, but I don't care about what they're going through as a couple. It doesn't transfer over into ours.
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of women allow that. They'll talk to their friends and their friends is beefing so much with their boyfriend, they try to project it over into theirs. All of a sudden, like, we were just good yesterday. Why you just talked to Sally and she's going through something, and now all of a sudden you feel like we're going through the same thing. Yeah. It's weird to me. It's very weird. So that's kind of part of the reason why I am single. I'm just waiting for everybody to wake up. Yeah,
that makes sense. Now there's a few other people that I talked to, like my guy Bandman Kevo. Shout out to Bandman Kevo. If y'all don't know.
Definitely a goat in the industry. A goat. For a fact, a goat.
Now one thing he said is he's proud to pay. And not only is he proud to pay for certain services that are gonna help him bring more value, but he said he's also proud to pay to have a woman help him get a good experience and have a good time.
Okay, yeah.
So what do you feel about that? Like,
It's experiences.
experiences.
You get what I'm saying? It's not tricking if you got it.
It's not chicken if you got it.
To be honest, it's just experiences. And the reason why I say that is because, bro, not every time you take out a female, the intention is to fuck.
Yeah.
A lot of females got that construed. And let me just say it for the podcast purposes.
Yeah.
Not every guy that takes out a woman, the intentions are to have sex.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clear that up instead of using profanity.
Yeah.
So the intention's not always to have sex. Sometimes we just like your vibe. Sometimes we just want to vibe.
Sometimes we just need a woman by our side.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just lonely. And the spot that I'm going to, I know there's probably 10, 15 guys that's there with a female.
Yeah.
Why not take you out as a friend? We could be cool, bro. It's nothing wrong with being cool. I don't have to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think that you're so bad that I'm not even thinking about sex.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's cool, we could do it, but what's on my mind 24/7 is money.
Yeah.
Money on my mind. I might even try to figure out a way to utilize you.
Yeah.
Look, sit this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put your bag on the table.
Marketing.
And we're gonna market you.
That's great marketing.
That's it.
That's great marketing.
Appreciate you spending the time with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post you though. I hope you don't have a boyfriend. If you do, just let him know it's just marketing.
It's just marketing.
That's it.
Great marketing.
You never came to the crib. You never came to the crib.
I love that. So I got another question for you. One lady told me before we were in the gym and we had a nice little sit down conversation. We were talking about relationships. Mm-hmm. And she said that it didn't matter if she had good credit or bad credit. How do you feel about that? Should a woman have good credit?
Hell yeah.
She said that's the man's job to have good credit. She said, I ain't paying for nothing.
Ask her how much liquid does she have?
How much liquid does she have?
And if she has liquid, what did you do to get that liquid?
Yeah.
Because a lot of females, Bandman Kevo spoke on it before, and it's crazy that he brought it out there because I didn't expect anybody to go on social media and speak about it.
Yeah.
But it's happening in New York. And we've been, a lot of us that are in a certain bracket, we know that it's happening. And we can look at a female and be like, okay, you were just eating at Shake Shack. You were just going to these hookah lounges, and now all of a sudden you got ace of spades in every single section.
Yeah.
You're only with your homegirls. Yeah. You have a big ass AP on your arm.
Yeah.
All of a sudden a big name change. What did you do?
What did you do?
You went to Dubai.
Yeah.
You went to Dubai.
What happens in Dubai?
Man, what doesn't happen in Dubai?
I heard some girl told me she got her shitted on her chest or whatever.
Shitted on, pissed on, everything happens in Dubai.
Don't do that, ladies.
Everything. There's just so much paper out there, bro. You like I said, bro, it's not tricking if you got it. And some people have different type of fetishes. You get what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't know how men get off on that. Yeah. It might be a money thing that you did everything to where it's like, let me just see what I can get away with.
Now they gotta get nasty.
Yeah. I have so much paper, bro. I'm rolling around. I got 600 million put in the bank right now. My plate is number 24 in Dubai. Why not?
Low number.
Why not?
Yeah. That's powerful.
It's crazy.
So yeah, honestly.
And I don't knock you ladies for doing that.
Yeah.
Get it how you live.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I respect some of you because a lot of you know that you can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
But that's your start.
Yeah.
A lot of females take that start and run it up. I know some females that went and opened up aesthetic spas. I know people that went and opened up restaurants, bars.
They invested the bread that they got.
Exactly. They did what they had to do. They got down and dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
But
then
in this one,
cleaned it up. Hey, sometimes that's how you have to do it. You know. Now, recently, I know you've been watching. I've been on this journey of, you know, today is day 185. Me not smoking weed, drinking alcohol, masturbating, watching porn. And at first, for me, it was, I also said having sex, but then I'm not perfect. I ended up breaking. But one thing that all of that did for me is when I started to change my habits and the things that, you know, brought me joy, my life immediately started changing. How can people create new habits to influence greater change for their life?
So I just first want to say, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
My brother. When I met you, and a lot of you guys don't know, bro, I meet a lot of great people, bro, and I actually hold on to these relationships if I feel like they have the same mindset as me. You understand what I'm saying? This guy has a greater mindset than me. One thing he has done is mastered marketing. I want to say he's like the master splinter of marketing.
Ooh, come on.
You get what I'm saying? So 2, his habits are just outrageous. I wake up in the morning sometimes, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I'm like, damn, Timmy's already in the gym.
We rolling.
Timmy's already in the gym. Let me call my Uber right now. Let me brush my teeth and call my Uber right now.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do want to congratulate you on it, because bro, a lot of people don't think that it's easy, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I've got to like day 6.
Wow.
And I'm back to day 1.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's stopping me is really smoking. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because every time I come to Miami, I don't have access to the weed.
Yeah.
But I get so much done.
Yeah.
My anxiety is down here.
Yeah. I
can't understand why I still smoke weed.
Yeah.
Thinking that it's benefiting those things when it's not.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure it out. We're all growing.
No one's perfect at all.
Yeah, we're all working.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I did have to congratulate you there.
Thank you.
So, as far as like creating habits, just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
A lot of people are scared of failure. They're scared to say, yo, I'm doing something, and then it doesn't work out. Now you have to let everybody know that you told that you're doing something. You can do 2 things. You can let the world know and show them that you mess up.
Yeah.
Or you could just not tell anybody what you're doing.
Yeah.
And just do it yourself. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you have to keep restarting, you have to keep redoing it over. Try your best to stick to those habits, but don't be scared to restart.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Eventually, that habit is gonna be picked up. You're gonna be like, damn, bro, I've been waking up every day consistently for 7 a.m.
Come on.
I've been going to the gym consistently. Bro, and just following you, bro, I gained over 30 pounds, bro.
Damn.
I was looking sick. And I'm not scared to say that on social media either, bro.
Yeah.
I've been growing myself mentally and physically.
Yeah.
A lot of people tell me that they see that I look a lot more healthier. I'm obviously still skinny, guys. Obviously, I'm trying. It's in my genes.
Skinny swole.
But yeah, I've gained 30 pounds
That's
and straight
powerful.
muscle. I'm 4% fat right now.
That's
and
crazy.
the rest is muscle. I was 120 when I met you, brother.
Damn. Man, much respect to you, brother.
I appreciate it,
The
man.
transformation is everything.
100%.
I think that's the most important thing. So now, as we come to a close, tell us where people can find you. Tell us, before actually we close, what is one powerful quote that you can give to the people?
It's crazy. Damn, I was actually speaking about this last night with, I met the assistant for the owner of the Detroit Pistons.
That's crazy. Out here?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. At the pool, bro. He heard me speaking about credit and he's like, yo, bro, you are so knowledgeable, bro. I couldn't help but overhearing your conversation. Anyways, he wants me to help him. So my favorite quote basically actually it's in the Bible, and it was what was actually written on King Solomon's ring. I'm not gonna tell you guys the whole story. I want you guys to go back to the Bible or actually look up the actual story of King Solomon.
Yeah.
Inside of his ring, it said, "This shall pass." So that means whether something is good, whether something is bad, it's gonna pass.
Yeah.
So
Literally.
don't trip over it.
Don't trip.
Don't trip over it. Intake on the good stuff, intake as much as you can, and then just enjoy the experience. And on the bad stuff, do the same thing. Intake everything and enjoy the experience. Because why? This shall pass.
Come on, man. That's exactly what I needed today. No, literally, like you don't even understand. That's exactly what I needed today, brother.
100%.
You know, at the end of the day, everyone has something that they go through, and if we stay in that moment, not realizing that it's gonna be okay, it's gonna pass, then that's when we start to decline. So you're right. This too shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people find you at on social media? Where can people contact you if they want to like maybe get with you and get with the program?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe you can help them get their credit fixed. Where can everyone find you at?
So you guys can find me on Instagram at Johnny Trendz. That's JohnnyTrendz.
Woo!
All that I ask is that everyone be as serious as possible with their life. Be ready to grow. That's all I ask. I don't mind helping. I don't mind asking questions. I don't mind giving free value, but I just ask that you don't waste my time or yours.
Yeah.
That's it.
Come on, y'all. Hey, y'all, it's that season, and it's specifically for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This is his first YouTube video. And you know we have to come correct. We have to bring him down to Miami just so he can get all the way acclimated.
100%.
But yeah, y'all stay tuned. There's way more dropping. And yeah, it's lit. We out, y'all. Let's go.